This is Bliss Oasis. Change your thinking, change your life.
I did not choose to have classes the whole week. We find that in a week, for 2 days, I'll not be having classes. For those 2 days that I'll not be having classes, I schedule. If I go to Gikomba by 8 a.m., by 11 a.m. I'll be done. I'll be done getting the stock. So that means I'll have sufficient time to still follow on with my studies, to still concentrate in school.
I see. I see. Welcome again to Bliss Oasis Africa, where every week we go out there in the world, this world we call Kenya, and look for an ordinary Kenyan who can give us their story, their untold story. And today we are privileged again. We have Yvonne
Khasoa.
We have Yvonne Khasoa Shamia. I prefer to call her Yvonne Shamia. And who would have known that one can sell Mitumba online? We normally know people go to Gikomba, buy Mitumba or wherever you can get a Mitumba and take it home and dress up. But then we understand you can do it online, and that comes from the idea that was originated, a bright idea that I think is the only idea. I think it's a unique idea that was originated by one Yvonne Khasoa Shamia. And she's going to tell us how this wild idea came about. Join me in inviting Yvonne to Bliss Oasis Africa. Karibu Yvonne, hebu tuambie, where did this idea of Mitumba come from? Tena online, rather.
Wow, yeah, true. First, I'm so humbled that you gave me this opportunity to just be here.
Welcome.
The idea for doing Mitumba business was based on my passion for fashion while at the University of Nairobi. I was then a second-year student. So I thought, let me just pick some tops from Gikomba. I did tops worth 1,500. So after each lecture, I would hawk the pieces to students. Immediately lecture namaliza session yake mimi ndio huyo na mtumba yangu. I show to my classmates. And with that, the classmates would also get me more referrals in the university, in the other classes here. So that is how my business started.
You were
it was based on my passion. Yes, I was then a second-year student
at the
University of Nairobi.
What were you studying?
I was doing BCom finance. I specialized with finance.
No wonder the money issue combined with your passion for fashion. That's great. So, I mean, apparently you are spending most of your time going to buy the Mitumba. Where were you getting them for lessons? Or how did you manage to balance?
Okay, I'll say on my part, I did not choose to have classes the whole week. We find that in a week, for 2 days, I'll not be having classes. For those 2 days that I'll not be having classes, I schedule. If I go to Gikomba by 8 a.m., by 11 a.m. I'll be done. I'll be done getting the stock. So that means I'll have sufficient time to still follow on with my studies, to still concentrate in school.
I see. I see. So before we go to that business, and you said you had a passion for fashion, which is almost poetic. How did it all start? At what time did you start feeling the pull or attraction for fashion? When did the passion for fashion start?
The passion for fashion, I would say, it started when I was then in my primary school. I always wanted to be a model. To model for the big fashion houses. But now when I grew up, I realized maybe I'll say my priorities changed. I wanted to do modeling as a full professional thing on my end. But now as I grew up, I'd say my priorities changed. But still, I had that passion in that I really want people to look so good. I want people, when they're dressed up, at least someone can spot, wow, Yvonne is so well dressed. So and so has so much taste in his or her fashion. So while I was at the university, I thought, you know, with students, they're so keen with fashion. They want latest trends.
Yes.
They want latest trends, but very affordable. So now that is where I saw the opportunity. That is where now I saw the opportunity of going to Gikomba and get very trendy item, not just any type of clothes.
Yes. But then when you are still a young girl in primary school, you have this passion. What triggered it? What kind of inspired you to think maybe I should be a model one day?
I'd say I mostly used to do newspapers. I think it is something I was once punished for while in my primary school. Because I would cut the usually in the newspaper there's that page where they feature models.
Yes.
So I would cut those specific pictures and stick in a certain book. So there's a time my class teacher got hold of that book and I was really punished. So it is something that was growing gradually. As days went by, it was growing gradually. But I would say it birthed itself in me. It is something that just came in and I had that passion, that great passion for fashion. But I would say it is from even the reaction of my classmates back then in primary, they knew Yvonne has a specific book where she has stuck certain pictures for models. I really wanted to pursue modeling. But now, as days went by, I'd say maybe the priorities changed.
Now, yeah, because you are not yet a model, and you are not yet what do you call them? The people who make the designs. You are not yet a designer. But then, we'll still go there. What I needed to know is why was the teacher angry with you?
Okay, the teacher was angry with me because I would use most of my time. I think there's a time we had a lesson for science.
Yeah. But you had a book in front of you.
I was actually not concentrating on what the teacher was saying.
Yeah.
I was having the book and I was viewing each page. I was actually showing my deskmate, see this lady, see how this lady is smart. So the teacher spotted me.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll say in a way, it also took a lot of time on my end in that, you're bright, but you're also not serious. Yes.
Yeah, you are not focusing on the subject, on the topic. So what school was this? Because you told me you went to a boarding school.
I was in Shibuya Primary Girls. It was in Shinyalu, in Kakamega County in Shinyalu.
That's where you come from?
Yeah, that is where I come from.
And you were in a boarding school throughout your life, you said?
Yes, from class 3. I was in a boarding school from class 3 to class 8.
Okay.
I was in a boarding school, yes.
So what happened after the book was taken? Was it confiscated or was it returned to you later?
It was confiscated and I was actually given a suspension.
Oh. So you went home. You were called. Your parents were called.
Yeah, I went home. I was then a class 5 pupil.
Yeah.
So I'll not say I had an explanation for that. Yeah, class 5 pupil. I will not say I had an explanation for that, but I was punished. And I had to go now easy on now the modeling thing, the passion for fashion thing, and now my studies. I was a bright student, but nilikuwa na ule mzaha. Unajua ule mzaha tu lazima tukue nao.
Lazima usome,
lazima. Exams zikiwa you're performing well.
Okay, so
I think the fear of my teachers were
you would not concentrate
I'm influencing the other students.
All
Maybe
right.
they thought I'm influencing the other students, they'll not be able to concentrate in class.
Okay, yes. So was the book returned? Okay, you said you were suspended, but the book remained with the teacher?
Yes, it remained with the teacher.
Wow, but your passion remained in your mind, in your head, in your heart.
I still had that passion.
And you went on to high school. Did anything significant happen in as far as fashion is concerned?
No, now in high school, it was now totally opposite of what happened in primary school.
Yeah.
In high school, I didn't have that opportunity to be cheeky or to waste time because from Form 1 to Form 4, I held different leadership positions. So that meant I had to be a role model to other people and to also guide.
And you had to be focused and so on. Was there an opportunity maybe to study design or clothes design or anything like that in your life?
No.
So you
No.
just, all right. And you did not think about it. This fashion thing was not in your mind when you are finally going to college, because you did study that.
It was, or doing it as a course.
Yeah.
No. It was not in my. Actually, it was then after when I was then a second year student.
Yeah.
But now I was really disturbed into it. I was thinking, if I am to do a design course, then that will need a lot of time. So I thought maybe because Mitumba clothes are quite affordable to the student market, then it would really work well on my end. But I have not thought of doing specifically a course in design.
Actually, your idea was to be a model, not really a designer, isn't it? Because you like you like nice dressing and how they look on people.
Exactly.
Yeah. How did it trigger the idea of selling the clothes? How was it triggered? Because apparently you didn't just wake up one morning and decide I want to sell clothes. There must be a reason. Maybe you went and bought a good Mitumba and somebody was attracted or wish he could buy or they could buy. Or what happened?
Okay, it was triggered in a way that there's a day also I went to Gikomba with a friend. So with time, as we shopped, I realized I didn't know that Mitumba clothes are that affordable. I didn't know you can get a top at 20 bob and it is so in good condition, something that is very trendy. So we picked the tops, and now sometimes after some days when I was in class, there's another classmate who was telling me, Yvonne, why don't we do something? Maybe because we don't have clothes, we can slot them for something important. We can either engage ourselves in a business. Another option of going for salsa classes at the campus. We used to have sessions for salsa dancing. So we thought, maybe let's try now. Let's try the business thing. So it is when now the idea of getting the tops from Gikomba came in. I went to Gikomba, now picked the tops. I picked the tops which cost 50 bob. At most, it was 100. But very trendy items that if you come to the campus and you sell to a student at 200 or at 250 or at most 300, it is something that they can buy.
And you said in your first purchasing, you spent at 1,500?
Yeah, I used 1,500.
That was a lot of stuff, isn't it?
Considering that each was yes, very a lot.
And you made some good money, good business.
Yes, I made some good money.
How long did it take to finish the first consignment?
It took not more than a week. It didn't take more than a week. Yes, I sold. I restocked, and with time, I created a good rapport with suppliers in Gikomba. There's a lady in Gikomba who used to sell me dresses. So she would give me dresses on credit. Okay. There's a day the first day she gave me dresses on credit, we didn't know each other. I picked dresses, and apparently what I picked was more than the cost of what I had picked was more than the money I had. So I told her, Wambo, hey, mix and konayo, I don't think itatosha. Akaniambia, kaireti. Kaireti unausia na nani? Nikamwambia, I deal with students. So akaniambia, you deal with students, basi nenda uuze, kisha utanilipa. Actually, she didn't ask me my name. She never asked my name.
So she just trusted you.
She just gave me her contact, na nikaenda. Actually, that day I sold, na nikamwambia Wambo, I have sold, let me send you the money. So that is how now the trust between me and Wambo grew.
Yeah. Yes. So you sold. You actually sold quite a lot from there.
Yeah. Yes. And Wambo has been supplying me dresses all the days I was at the university when I was now dealing with students. She's the one who used to supply me with the dresses. She actually helped me grow a lot in the same business. Yes.
So when did you complete? You say 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, and you didn't think of going to do any other business?
No, because I had already created a market for me in the Mitumba business.
Yeah.
I thought, why not continue with it? So after I graduated, I now switched to doing totally online.
Oh, so when you left the campus, when you are graduated, You had not started, you had not gone online yet.
No. I had not tried doing online.
So how are you operating, and where were you operating from?
Okay, so online, so when I switched to doing purely online, that meant I had, after picking stock, I take the pictures for the stock. I was based still in Embakasi, Utawala. So this is how I would do. I will take the pictures of stock. So now I switched to doing purely online. So that meant after switching purely online meant getting the stock, taking the pictures. After I've taken the pictures, I post on my Facebook page and my Instagram page. That way the people who are online are able to know what I have in stock and place their orders. I would not want to say immediately I switched to online, things were smooth. No. In fact, the stock I picked when I switched to doing online, I only sold, I think, less than 5 pieces.
Oh, wow.
Less than 5 pieces.
Yeah.
I've picked a stock. Your stock imeka more than 3 weeks. And I've sold.
Zile picture.
Yes, I've taken the pictures.
But they're not moving.
They're not moving. So now I decided, because I had picked each top at 100, I decided I'm going to clear those tops at 100 each, clear and sell. So that is what I did.
Still online. So you did clear and sell online again?
So I posted the tops at 100 each. And they were picked. What people are picking, maybe at least 5 tops, 10 tops, 6 tops. So, someone in town will see, that big Nigerian bag.
Yeah.
With money bag.
Yes.
Someone will see me with that bag in town and I call like, where this lady has made it. In their mind, I was dreaming I've cleared those tops and at 100 each. And they were picked. I think that is how my market grew now in online, because I gained more clients from that clearance.
So when you did this clearance sale and started selling at 100, what was the price before?
So I had picked them at 100 each.
I know, but for how much were you selling before you brought it down?
Oh, before the clearance?
Yeah.
At 300 to 400. 300 to 400.
So guys rushed?
Yes, in large numbers.
So what happened after that? Did you continue selling at 100 or you? What
Actually,
strategy?
after the clearance now, I decided I'm going to pick a bale, the whole bale now. I picked a bale worth, I think it was worth 8,000. Now that bale that bale was for ladies' fashion sweaters now, but when I opened that bale, I got men's sweaters into it also. I've never sold men's sweaters. Yeah, it was a mix-up of ladies' sweaters and men's sweaters. But the sweaters were in good condition.
Okay.
So I took the pictures for the ladies' sweaters. This was a man, nikasema hizi juu sijawahi uza, let me put them aside. I'll find someone to just give out at what to me. So the ladies' sweaters, I took the pictures. So after taking the pictures, I posted online. So for retail price was 300.
Yeah.
Wholesale price was 100, at least 20 pieces. If someone wants to pick pieces to go and resell, they'll have to pick 20 pieces and above at 100 each. Yes. So when I posted the next day at 6:30 a.m., there's a guy who called me from Embu and told me, Yvonne, I've seen some sweaters. I need 55 pieces. I was so happy. I knew now this online thing can be done.
It can be done. And your customers are all over.
So he was a first-time client. Someone that I had not reached to the guy before. He was a first-time client. So he picked 55 pieces.
Men's sweater.
The men's sweaters. Remember the men's sweaters? I put them aside and said, "This is Cindy Kuza, is Intapeana." So, but now the ladies' sweaters niliuza the ladies' sweaters that hadi nikapata more than your 8,000 sasa. So now the men's sweaters nikasema, let me give it a try. I said now for me to be an entrepreneur, I need now to be good at taking risks.
Sure.
So I took those men's sweaters and took pictures for each. Nilitumia floor. Nilikuwa naziweka kwa floor. Then I take pictures. So nika post. People, men bought them up to date. They still believe I specialize with men's sweaters. They still believe I specialize with men's sweaters. They really bought those sweaters and they liked them so much.
Did anybody buy in bulk, or they buy in pieces, or how did it work?
No, they were buying at retail. And for the men's sweaters, I was pricing them at 500 to 600. So they were buying in retail, strictly retail.
So how does it work? You take the pictures of the products that you buy, then you put them on your what? WhatsApp? WhatsApp and Facebook?
Yes, and Instagram.
So I want to buy a sweater and I see it. So do I call you, or do I send them text, or what happens?
So you call me, confirm if it is available first. So after confirming if it is available, you do payment for reservation, then delivery is done. Yes.
And how do you do the delivery?
We do free delivery within Nairobi CBD. And if someone needs door delivery, it is done at a fee. Then outside Nairobi, we send parcels at a fee, and also outside Kenya.
Like, where do you send them to? Outside Kenya, for example. And what do you send?
Outside Kenya, I've sent to Tanzania, to Uganda, and Botswana.
Do they have to have a minimum order?
No, they can pick any amount, but still the delivery fee has to be paid before dispatching that parcel. I'll say, you see, when I was starting, I was so desperate to make sales. I didn't have business terms, and you realize, especially currently with the rise of cons, sellers are in fear of, maybe if I pay for this item and I'm in Kisumu, I'll not get the item.
Yeah.
So there's a time I got a client in Kampala, Uganda, that is, and the client paid 3/4 of what she had ordered for. She paid 3/4 and told me, when I get this package, immediately I get it, I'm going to pay. So I dispatched that parcel. It went to Kampala, she received the parcel. But now after 2 days, she blocked me on both WhatsApp and Facebook, everywhere. So that is why it is important. It is important when someone is starting a business to at least have business terms in place.
All right. So what are your terms now? If a similar person in Kampala wants an order, or let's say Dar es Salaam, what are the terms?
They have to pay first, pay for the products and pay for delivery fee.
Yes. And so I'm wondering, because you say you have sold up to Botswana?
Yeah, I've sold to a client in Botswana also.
Kwani Botswana kuna Mitumba? I mean, or is it because of packaging?
Not really. I'll say, let me say when I always tell people this, each one of us has a unique voice.
Yes.
Each one has a unique voice. I'll sell Mitumba, someone else will sell Mitumba, but there's someone who's not going to buy from me.
They'll buy to that person.
I can know from that person. I can know from the other person. So the unique voice tunatumia, we are using it in a unique way, in that it attracts a specific audience on our end.
Okay, so that guy in Botswana there must be Mitumba there, but they decide to buy from you.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so like, would you be able to quantify the number of your clients, for example? You sell to individuals only, or you sell to mainly, who are your biggest customers? Business people, or people who buy like for personal use?
Mostly people who buy for personal use. And for the personal use bit on business has more profit margins if I compare to the business people.
Because you have to give discount. So you sell anybody, it doesn't matter whether the big guys or rather the business people give you.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So and you are this lady, what's her name? Wambo. She's still your biggest supplier, or you have other suppliers?
So currently, Wambo supports me now in my business. She buys from me. For personal use, that is for personal use, not for business purposes. But once in a while, we meet and talk, exchange ideas, and she's still my biggest cheerleader in business.
Okay. And so you say she doesn't supply you what you sell now. So where do you get yours from?
So currently, I pick bales from, I have different suppliers whom I pick bales from. I don't pick pieces. Remember, from Wambo, I used to pick pieces, not bales.
Oh, so
yes.
The first bale you took did not come from Wambo?
No, Wambo doesn't sell bales. Wambo opens bales and then sells those pieces, the pieces from the bales.
I see. So it's the first time for me and many people to learn that Mitumbas are being sold online. I don't know, are there any, I mean, are you unique? I mean, are there any other people doing this? Or we are just opening our eyes now? So how is the competition like? Or how big is this market, online market, Mitumba particularly?
Online market in Mitumba, there are quite a number of people into Mitumba business online wise. And actually, I'll say in my business journey as an online seller, the people in Mitumba business have really helped me a lot. They have really helped me a lot.
How?
Especially for the idea of business. I'd say, like, for instance, the idea of coming up with business terms. It's someone who told me to come up with it. I was so desperate. I just want to sell, get something. But there's a friend who told me, Yvonne, you need to sit down and think about what you need. Don't settle for less in business. You need to know this is something that is yours, and you need to come up with business terms to set boundaries for those who are not serious with your business.
Okay.
So there are people who have helped me grow a lot in online space. They have supported me. Also, selling online, it means you also don't have a physical place for someone to visit.
Yes.
So a friend in the same Mitumba field has given me a space in her shop. She has a shop in town. She does Mitumba. She has a shop in town. She has also given me a space to drop parcels for those clients who want to be picking from town. If they are not able to pick on the delivery, they can pick on other convenient days. So people in Mitumba business have really supported me in my growth. Yeah, and I believe as an entrepreneur, you always need someone. You need someone to guide you. You need someone to just hold your hand. You cannot make it on my own. I cannot say that Mimi too as an island. Let me choose my race. No, it doesn't work like that. I believe we need people.
You have to work with
people to help us.
Yeah,
yes,
it's true. So your passion in fashion, you are what you learned. I mean, the course you did at the university. You said you say finance, BCom. You did BCom.
Yeah, finance. Yes, BCom finance.
So they have really combined very well to enable you to succeed in this business. Would you say so?
Yes. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, because it's not just a business you are doing. You are doing a business in what you love, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and you are told somewhere that whenever you do something you love, it's not like work.
No, it's not. You don't find it too straining.
Yes. So what is your typical day like? Because we are friends on Facebook. I saw your post last night. You're doing affirmation about tomorrow. Yes. Tell us about that.
Okay, let me on my normal day. Yeah. Mostly my normal day starts at 3:20 a.m.
3:20 a.m. Sasa ile tunageuka kulala.
Yote mnajifinyilia kwa blanketi sasa ndio mimi huanza siku yangu mostly.
Okay, you wake up at 3:20 to do what?
So I woke up at 3:20 a.m.
Yeah.
So I use those 40 minutes for prayer. When I'm a Christian.
Okay.
So for 40 minutes for prayer. So at 4 a.m. I use 4 a.m. to 4:20 a.m. to do some physical exercise. 4:20 to 4:40, I use that time to reflecting, getting to know, listing down my dreams for that day. I list what I want for that specific day.
Wow.
I list what I want to stand up for that specific day. If I want to stand up for honesty on Wednesday, I'll stand up for honesty on Wednesday. If I want to stand up for encouraging someone on Thursday, anyone I pass, I'll tell them, listen, you are a winner. You need to do this. So I list down what I want to stand up for that day, and I list for my dreams for that specific day. I list down what I'm grateful, what has happened that I can be grateful for. Because the moment you list down what you're grateful for, you'll appreciate the far you have come from.
It's true.
Then from 4:40 to 5,
you mean hizo vitu zote 5 haijafika?
Haijafika.
So, okay, you have listed everything. Now it's 5, and then.
So from 4:40 to up or 5, I listen to a podcast. I read a book. I listen to just an audio book. Just to learn. I believe if you want to be a legend in what you do, then you need to be ready to grow. And growing means learning something each new day. Yeah. Getting to know if this is someone who is successful in this area. How has this person reached at this point? Which steps have they taken? So learning can differentiate you from that person who even started a business 20 years ago and make her too stagnant. To just grow, besides just doing Tumba business, there's something else I also need to know that is happening in the business world.
Yeah.
The people who are successful, which steps did they take to reach where they are?
Yeah.
I believe that is what leaders do. That is what someone who wants to be a legend in their field needs to do, learning, growing daily.
Yeah.
So now from 5 a.m., I now use that time to market my products online. I market on Facebook, Instagram, on my WhatsApp. Yeah. So then now getting new stock. Now getting new stock, I'll have to sort that bale. After I sort that bale, I iron the pieces if need be. Remember, a bale can give you more than 200 pieces. So if they need to be ironed, I have to do it, and also need to take pictures for each. Indicate price on each picture, then post online. So it's quite. I'd say it's quite work on its own, because especially for the bit of taking pictures, you have to take pictures for more than 200 pieces.
Wow, that's a lot. Yeah. So you must be having a huge go down for all this stuff, or a big store. Where do you put them?
Not really, but I'm hoping to have a store in future.
So you do all this in your house at Utawala?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
In the compound or in the inside the house?
Just in the house.
Okay, so so that is now doing the ironing and so on, getting the orders. That's what you do during the day.
Yes.
I love John in Africa. Then what happens from maybe
if orders have been placed, I have to package them for delivery the next day. So after packaging, I have to make a delivery note for the guy who helps me on delivery, so that ajue watu wa CBD ni hawa, watu wanataka do delivery ni hawa, na watu wanataka kutumiwa outside Nairobi ni hawa. So just putting everything in order, so that by the time he picks the parcels the next day, everything is in order.
This is somebody you have hired, or somebody who does part-time, or somebody who helps?
He does part-time, but I pay him, but afanyi kila siku. We do deliveries twice in a week.
Oh, I see. Yes. So at the end of the day, I mean, when do you retire? Because you have to wake up at 3 a.m. I mean, what time do you go to bed?
I'm having a problem on having a specific time to sleep, but mostly between 9 to 10 a.m. Unless I have something else to indulge in.
9 p.m.
Yes.
Oh, and then you have to wake up at 3.
Yes.
That is 6 hours, not bad.
We also need sufficient rest.
You need enough rest. Some people need 8 hours. Some people can work for 4 hours. Apparently, 6 hours is good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I also learned that you are giving back to society by training people in business. Are you training them in the same business, and how are you doing it? And who are your students?
For the Mitumba mentorship classes, the training that is. First, I always indicate I need committed people, not wale watu wanataka tukulipa and just be there sluggish. No.
I saw that
need
in
people who are ready to be intentional, deliberate, and conscious about what they are doing.
Yes.
So now you realize most of us maybe we're just doing business to pass time. Anyway,
apparently
we're just
no
after
passion.
the profit.
No passion,
Yeah, we just after the profits. But I realized the moment people reconnect with themselves, people getting to know who am I, they can do more, they can do something extra in that field. They can be doing Tumba business, but they're impacting the society. And I tell people, for you to stand out in the marketplace, you need to be ready to impact the society.
Sure.
In all our capacities, we can always do something for the society.
Sure.
And that can only happen the moment they know who they are, because that is why the first class in my mentorship or my training is usually reconnecting with our true self. Who are we? Do we know who we are? Do I know who Yvonne is? Who is Yvonne?
Yeah.
Do I know the power that is within Yvonne? Do I know the potential that is within me?
Yes.
Am I ready to bring out that unexpressed potential in Yvonne? You remember when we were kids? Alafu mtu anakuuliza, Yvonne, unataka kukua nani? Mimi na shout, nataka kukua model. And I had so much confidence in myself. I had so much, I didn't want to care what my dad would think. I didn't want to care what my mom would. I would shout out, I want to be a model. That confidence, I had so much hope for the future. But now, tulipo grow, something happened along the way. Tukaona, mimi ninaweza kuwa model. Mwenye niko na mguu, niko na mazembe hivi, so ninaweza kuwa model. Yani people the doubts of others itufanya we don't want to pursue for what we want.
It's true.
So now that child in us, the boldness in that child, so getting to reconnect ourselves, getting to know who we are. Because the moment we don't understand who we are, I'll do that Mitumba business, but I'll settle for solace. I'll settle for a little respect from the audience. I'll settle for little result. I'll not want to bring out the real. Can people get to know who they are and exert influence in what they're doing? And that I tell people, if you are a street sweeper, can you sweep so well that someone can know, hey, right here there was a street sweeper, and as you're rising, as you're rising to another level as a street sweeper, the people you're meeting along the way, are you able to impact them? It's all about personal mastery, and personal mastery is about who am I, what can I do, and what can I help someone else achieve. So it's basically on impacting the society, giving, people need hope. People need hope out here. Can you give hope to someone?
It's true.
Get someone to know that, hey, as much as you're doing this business, there's another aspect you can bring out in you, and that is impacting the society. So basically that is what the mentorship training, the mentorship class is all about. As much as I'm taking them step by step in doing Tumba business, I also want to bring the leadership aspect in them, not just boring business people in the marketplace.
No way.
I've grown up understanding that if I don't have value, no one can place demand on me. Because people need to know the value you have first before they place a demand on you.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
So the moment you create value in the society, the moment you bring out impact in the society, that it creates trust between you and the people who want to support you. Yes.
So how that's quite insightful, and you've been learning through all these through your 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock meditation and reading.
I'd say that time has really helped me grow. Let me tell you, Patrick, the first interview I was invited for Mitumba business.
Yeah.
The first interview I did, oh my God, I was so out. And in my mind was strictly on Mitumba. My mind was on Mitumba to peke yake. Nothing else. Someone is asking me, Yvonne, what can you advise someone who wants to start a business? Mimi, I'm so blank.
Yeah.
And it was nothing. So, and I realized that interview was never aired. And I knew, hey, yeah, Yvonne.
Yes. actually, you have grown like your business, I should say.
I have grown.
So how many people have you trained so far? If you have to give a figure.
Okay, the first class we did, I trained 34. The group had 34 people, 34 individuals.
And when was this?
It was last month.
Oh,
actually, the mentorship training started last month.
So how do you do it? Do you have a place they come, you teach them, or?
I do it via WhatsApp group. And after each class in the evening, I go live in our Facebook group. We usually also have a Facebook group where I go live. So through the live, I do a revision on what we discussed via the WhatsApp group, so that wale wako wa kwa WhatsApp group, those who are not able to concentrate in the WhatsApp group,
they can follow
they
up.
can still follow up in the group. Yes.
Oh, I see. So that's fantastic, because very soon we'll have so many people doing the same, and there are so many people to serve anyway. As we say, as we say in our language, although I'll say it in Kiswahili, ng'ombe hazimaliziani nyasi.
It is true. It is true.
So you always wanted to be a model. Do you think you have become a model, but of a different nature?
I'd say, model in a different perspective.
Yes.
But not.
Of course not. Because a model is a person who others people can look at. Yes. And either want to model after or to be after, because models actually, the beauty fashion model actually show off the clothes so that you can wear and be like them. But you're modeling people into this business.
Yes.
So so that's quite exciting. And there are so many people out there. Some of them you are already training, but there are so many people there, maybe wanachomeka na jua wakiuza mitumba, and maybe they may be able to do the kind of thing you do, or there's somebody out there has no idea at all what they need to do. What kind of advice would you give to them?
I'll tell them in whatever capacity they're operating, if they're hawking, if they're into open air market.
Yeah.
Currently it's important for any kind of business to invest in doing online. They can still do online, but still do that physical hawking or open air market. And for those who are maybe afraid to start the business, I'll tell them to just start. There's no pride in postponing your working in your purpose. There's no pride in that.
That's a nice one.
They should just start. They should just start and get
no pride in postponing your dream.
Yes. Working their purpose.
Yeah, that is beautiful. That's beautiful. So somebody might say, I will need a camera. I don't know how to use Facebook. I don't know how to go online. You would obviously get that kind of excuse.
Yes.
So what do you
I use my phone for photos, so you don't need a lot to start doing online. You just need the phone. Personally, I use my phone to take the pictures.
And because since people are
using the phone, maybe bundles are quite affordable. Someone can still buy them.
Yeah.
Another thing is create a Facebook page and also create an Instagram page.
Yeah,
basically that. You don't need a lot to do online.
A lot of people have the phones and Facebook accounts, but all they do is take selfies.
Yes.
Take selfie and seeing how many likes they have.
Yes, exactly. There's a session I once attended.
Yeah.
And someone was telling us that that Facebook profile you have, it's like a billboard for you. It's a billboard for you.
It's true.
And the phone is a microphone for you. So you've been given, you have a microphone and you have a billboard.
Yes.
So what you're posting on that profile, you're announcing to the world.
Yeah.
So when people are coming to your profile, when people are coming to to your billboard, what are they seeing on your billboard?
There you are.
What are they seeing on your billboard?
There you are.
So I think if you approach Facebook profile in that perspective, we will strive more to offer value, because people want value. People want to be inspired.
Yeah.
Because it is from that value that you create impact to the society.
It's true. And again, somebody asked whether in a job interview you'd like the interview panel to look at your Facebook page. And you can imagine some would shrink.
Yes.
Some would shrink.
I know.
Yeah. So that's great. That's fantastic. And it's something that, although you say that there's so many people doing your kind of business online, but for some of us who may have had it for the first time, we'll say it's quite impressive also for somebody, at your age, straight from college,
Yes.
who is not
Yes.
going out there looking for jobs and trying, cussing everybody to the soma, hakuna kazi. You have gone out there and created employment for yourself and added a value to society, and you're still now impacting your knowledge into others.
Yes.
Yeah, that's quite commendable.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
and I really like that phrase you just said earlier on. Maybe you can repeat it for our viewers again to remember. There's no pride in what? Postponing?
There's no pride in postponing about working in your purpose. You have to start now.
That's true. Now. That's true, because so many people are stuck in procrastination. Yes. I'm not good enough. Time haijafika and so on.
I know.
So any final word before we close? Because I think now we are through.
Any final word?
Yeah.
I'll tell the audience.
Tununue mtumba wako.
Wow. I'll tell the audience to fully connect to themselves.
With themselves, yeah.
Fully connect to that child in them. Huyo mtoto ako ndani yetu analia, anataka kufanya something, but the society, the doubts of the society memfanya we let that child in us to die. So to fully connect with themselves and to know that they are truly talented, they are superior. There's no average being. I believe there's no average being. We are all superior. They have potential in them. Their potential in them, but they have to get out of their comfort zone and do something. They have to get out of their comfort zone and do something. And they need to know they have their unique voice. There's someone somewhere waiting to hear that unique voice. So what say business is more flooded, I cannot do it. No, they have their unique voice, and that is what matters. That is what matters.
Yeah, there's always that excuse. So yes. Yvonne Khasoa, I got this. I got it right this time. Yvonne, thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming to Bliss of Oasis Africa.
Welcome.
It was a pleasure speaking to you. And now I know where to go when I need motivation. Because apart from selling Tumba online, you're also a motivational speaker. And you also you also reminded me that I need to wake up 4 a.m. or even 3 a.m. and improve myself. And improve myself. So thank you very much. And again, I congratulate you for the business, for your insight.
Fine.
Yeah. So that's very commendable of you. And right now you may be doing it at your own house, but I foresee a time when you will have your own go down, and you'll get orders.
Amen.
Get orders from Europe, from the US, from Asia, and return their own to them.
Amen.
So thank you very much. Thank you very much, and we'll be meeting soon, I hope.
I hope so. Thank you too.
Yeah, so kwaheri, a nice time.
Thank you too. Nice time too.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us until the end. Bliss Oasis Africa offers the following services: counseling and life coaching, mentorship in creative writing, publishing and consultancy, website development and digital marketing. Please visit us at our website www.blissoasis.co.ke for more information. You can also call or send us a WhatsApp message on 0722 563 544. Thank you.